The whisper cut through the cabin hum at 33,000 feet. Sir, you're not going to Orlando. I froze, coffee cup halfway to my lips. The flight attendant, Sophia, leaned in close. Her voice low, like she was sharing a secret that could break us both. Her eyes were kind but urgent. I thought this was my surprise birthday trip. My son Ethan had confirmed the rental car. My daughter Madison had booked the flight with that excited tone she used when she really wanted something. But when she showed me the boarding pass barcode, the small printed code read SNFSN. Senior Nursing Facility, San Antonio. My stomach twisted hard. I didn't yell. I didn't cause a scene. 72 years of Marine Corps discipline and running my own precision parts company had taught me to stay calm when everything was falling apart. I set the cup down, grabbed my carry-on from under the seat, and said 4 quiet words to Sophia. I'm getting off now. My name is Robert Harlan. I'm 72. And in those 90 seconds before the cabin door closed, I had to decide whether to trust a stranger or my own children. What came next was a nightmare dressed as family love, a betrayal that reached back weeks and nearly cost me everything I had built. To understand how my son and daughter tried to have me committed against my will, how a laminated card in my wallet triggered a clause that stripped them of millions. I need to take you back for weeks to the afternoon Madison showed up unannounced at my house in Fort Worth with 2 coffees and a smile that didn't reach her eyes. It was October 25th. 3 in the afternoon. The doorbell rang twice. I opened it to find Madison standing there, holding 2 paper cups from my favorite local spot. She handed me one. Brought you a latte? Dad. Your favorite. She had called me Dad my whole life until recently, when Pops started slipping in. I never liked it, but I smiled anyway and let her inside. The kitchen table was the same oak one where I had helped her with algebra 30 years earlier, where Margaret and I had celebrated birthdays and report cards and first heartbreaks. She sat down and started asking questions that felt too careful. Had I been taking my medications regularly, eating well, sleeping through the night? I set my coffee down slowly. I'm fine. Madison. Same as last week. Therapy once a month. Golf twice a week. Still helping out at the Veterans Hall 3 days a week. She trailed off about missing Mom. Margaret had been gone 4 years now. The grief still hit like a sudden storm sometimes. But I was managing. I wasn't falling apart. While I stood to refill her cup, she pulled out her phone. I caught the flash as she snapped quick photos of my desk, the stack of mail, my checkbook, the wall calendar with appointments marked in careful handwriting. She claimed she was just looking at the grandkids' drawings pinned there. Tyler's crayon spaceship, Emma's stick figure family. I didn't press her then. Maybe I should have. Later I learned she sent those photos to an estate attorney with a message, evidence of confusion and disorganization. Can we build on this? 5 days later came my annual cardiology visit with Dr. Ellis. I had written 10 a.m. on the calendar. The real time was 9. I arrived at 9:45. The receptionist was understanding. Squeezed me in at 2 that afternoon. No big deal. But I had mentioned the appointment casually to Ethan the week before. He called that evening. Dad, you make it to the doctor? Yeah. Mixed up the time. But they fit me in. All good. Silence stretched. Then, Dad, you sure you're okay? Forgetting stuff isn't like you. I hadn't forgotten. I had written the wrong time. It happens. But the way his voice tightened made the hairs on my neck stand up. I didn't know then that within minutes Ethan had texted Madison. Dad missed his appointment slot. Couldn't even remember the right time. And Madison forwarded that to the intake coordinator at Riverside Senior Living. My father's memory is slipping. He can't handle medical appointments on his own anymore. One small mix-up became the first brick in their case. November 2nd. I was cooking chili in the kitchen. I had made it hundreds of times. I stepped into the garage for a cold drink from the spare fridge. 6 minutes maybe. The smoke alarm shrieked when I returned. The bottom of the pot had scorched. No fire. Just burned dinner and a reminder to stay focused. Ethan called right as the alarm was still beeping. Dad. What's that noise? Something burning. I laughed it off. Just scorched the chili a little. I'm fine. He pressed. That's dangerous. What if you had left the house? I hadn't. I was right there. But his disappointed sigh made me feel small, like a scolded child. 10 minutes later, he texted Madison, left the stove on unattended. This is getting serious. We need to move faster. I didn't see that text for weeks. But there was a group chat I knew nothing about yet. Ethan and Madison had been discussing me for weeks in coded worried tones that masked something darker. October 15th. Old man sitting on millions doing nothing while we're struggling. October 22nd. Frame it as concern. Get a psych eval. Doesn't even have to see him. November 3rd. Once he's in Riverside, we liquidate fast. House. Accounts. Everything. He won't realize. November 5th. Dad's too proud to fight in court. Who would believe a grieving widower over us? The person who eventually showed me those messages was Laura, Ethan's ex-wife. What she revealed that night shifted everything. They weren't worried about my health. They wanted Harlan Precision Parts money. I started the company in 1985 with 3 machinists and a loan I could barely repay. Sold it last August after building it to 85 employees. 3.5 million cash. After taxes, 2.8 net. Our 3-bedroom ranch house in Fort Worth, bought in 1987 for $89,000, now worth $1.2 million. Paid off years ago. Life insurance policy Margaret insisted on, $800,000. Kids as beneficiaries. Liquid savings and CDs, $380,000. Rental property Ethan had been living in rent-free, worth $290,000. Total around 5.2 gross. About 4.6 net after everything. I built that for dignity in retirement. Golf. Volunteering with younger vets on VA paperwork. Maybe helping grandkids Tyler and Emma with college one day. Not to fund Ethan's sports gambling losses or Madison's failed commercial real estate deals. If I had stayed on that plane, Riverside Senior Living's memory care unit awaited. Locked doors. Controlled medications. Staff dictating meals. Visitors. Bedtime. My own father had faded away in a VA nursing home after his stroke in the 90s. I swore at his funeral I would never let anyone warehouse me like that. But my kids had the plan ready. Trevor, no. Ethan, in this new telling, had lost $340,000 gambling over 18 months. DraftKings, FanDuel, offshore sites. Owed a bookie $85,000 due soon. Behind on child support by $19,000. Facing eviction from my rental. Madison had sunk $680,000 into a strip mall project that collapsed. $420,000 from investors now threatening fraud charges. Her marriage to Nathan was crumbling. They saw me as the solution, not their father. I had maybe 72 hours before I lost my freedom. November 18th. DFW Airport. Terminal A. 9:35 a.m. I handed my boarding pass to TSA. The agent scanned it. Frowned. Sir, this code is unusual. Medical transport. I said no. Just a regular flight to Orlando for my birthday. He checked again. SNF designation. Senior nursing facility. My stomach dropped. Must be a glitch. My daughter booked it. He shrugged. Happens. I should have turned around. But I told myself it was nothing. 9:48. Ethan texted. Dad. Through security? Need arrival time. 9:51. Just cleared. Boards at 10:35. Why? Rental car needs it,
he said.
Why would a rental company need the exact boarding minute?
10:05.
Madison. Pops. Did you take your blood pressure meds this morning? I don't take blood pressure meds. She knows, I replied. She backpedaled fast. At the gate, the agent scanned my pass. The printer jammed. She squinted.
Mr.
Harlan. It says you requested wheelchair escort to facility. I hadn't.
I'm walking fine.
She noted the discrepancy and let me board. Seat 14C. Sophia greeted me with water. A minute later, she leaned close. Sir.
I shouldn't say this, but I have to.
Your boarding pass has SNF SAN code. Riverside Senior Living. San Antonio. The manifest says Orlando, but the code was changed. Someone rerouted you. The words landed like a gut punch. Impossible. She pointed to the small letters. Grace Snow. Sophia had seen this before with her own mother. Family changed the flight. Mother locked away 2 years. You have about 90 seconds before they close the door. Do you want to be on this plane? I pulled up voicemail. Automated voice. Hello. Mr.
Harlan.
Riverside Senior Living confirming your admission today. November 18th. At 2:30 p.m. Deposit and paperwork received from your daughter Madison. Bring insurance cards and medication list. Long-term memory care. Locked unit. Madison had paid the deposit already. Sophia waited. Sir. Do you want off? My voice stayed steady.
Yes.
I need to get off now. I stood. Carry-on felt heavy. Through the cabin door window, I saw Ethan standing at the gate. Arms crossed. Expensive suit. Earbuds in. Not in Orlando. Here. His plan unraveling. My wallet fell. The laminated card slid out. Faded blue edges. 25 years old. Harlan Irrevocable Trust. Emergency Activation Hotline. In case of coercion, incapacity claim, or family legal action.
Call immediately.
Attorney Victor Langston holds durable POA and full trust authority. I had that card made in 1999 after my younger brother tried to steal half the company with forged papers. Cost me $35,000 in legal fees. Victor told me the trust protected everything. Carry the card. Hope you never need it. I had carried it through Margaret's death. The business sale. Everything. Thought I'd never dial it. 1 week earlier. November 12th. 7:30 p.m.
Doorbell.
Laura stood there crying. Envelope in hand. Robert. Ethan doesn't know I'm here. You need to see this. Printouts of texts between Ethan and Madison. The group chat. Plans to liquidate once I was locked up. Laura sobbed. Ethan had forged her name on a loan before. She remembered how I paid off her student loans as a wedding gift years ago. $32,000. Treated her like family. She wouldn't let them destroy me. I hugged her. Jaw set. That night I started recording every call. Texas, one-party consent. Bought a digital recorder. Over the next days, I captured 47 minutes. The most damning. Ethan in my garage. Once the old man's locked up. Full access. He won't know what hit him. I looked at the card. At Sophia. I had the trust. I had recordings. But time was almost gone. 45 seconds. Sun waiting like a guard. If I stayed, I'd wake in a locked room in San Antonio. Months, maybe years to prove I belonged at home. I put the card away and walked toward the door. Sophia opened it. Jetway empty except the gate agent. I stepped out. Ethan 20 feet away. Face went pale. Dad. What are you doing? You'll miss your flight. I kept walking steadily. I know where this flight really goes.
Ethan moved to block me.
You're confused. It's Orlando. Surprise birthday. I pulled my phone. Hit play on the voicemail loud enough for nearby passengers to hear. The automated confirmation of admission at Riverside. Ethan's face shifted from panic to calculation. Okay. Yes. It's a recovery place. Your doctor recommended it after your episode. What episode?
I asked.
I haven't had one. Dad. You left the stove on. Forgot your appointment. You're not thinking clearly since Mom died. I'm thinking clearly enough to know when I'm being committed against my will. The gate agent looked up. Passengers stared. Ethan raised his voice for the audience. Dad.
Please.
We love you. This is for your safety. I stayed calm. I know you forged documents.
His jaw tightened.
He pulled a folded power of attorney. We have POA. We're responsible. Dated October 8th, 2024. I looked. Show me that date again. He pointed. You signed it. I was in Phoenix October 8th playing golf with my buddy Ron. Receipts. Time-stamped photos. Texts confirming tee times. Ethan blinked. You're misremembering. That's forgery.
Ethan.
Felony. The gate agent picked up her phone. I'm calling security. Ethan performed harder. Ma'am. My father's confused. Having an episode. We're helping him. I said, clearly. I'm not confused. I'm being defrauded. 2 minutes later, Officer Mitchell arrived. Calm mid-30s demeanor. Ethan jumped in first. Officer. Father's supposed to be on this flight. Episode. Arranged care. I corrected. San Antonio. Riverside Senior Living Locked Memory Care. Never consented. Mitchell looked at boarding pass. SNF code. Asked Ethan if accurate. Ethan hesitated. Recovery for his own good. Did he consent? He's not capable right now. I'm standing right here, I said. Fully capable. 72-year-old Marine veteran. No cognitive issues. Cardiologist cleared me for travel 3 weeks ago. This man forged my signature. Mitchell's expression changed. Sir, do you feel in danger? I feel exploited. Madison arrived sprinting. Out of breath. Designer bag bouncing. Daddy.
Please.
We're trying to help.
Tears.
Father hasn't been himself since Mom died. Forgetting things. We want him safe. I looked at my daughter. The girl I taught to ride a bike. Paid college. Walked down the aisle. Madison. You forged my signature to use the house as loan collateral last June for Meadowbrook project. I have documents Laura gave me. You paid Riverside $5,200 November 1st from your Amex. For long-term care, I never requested. She had no answer. Mitchell stepped between.
Needed us to step back.
Asked me for proof. I pulled the digital recorder. Set it on the counter. 47 minutes of conversations. Legal in Texas. Hit play. Ethan's voice. Once the old man's locked up, we'll have full access. Gate agent gasped. Mitchell hardened. Ethan lunged for the recorder. Mitchell stopped him. Do not touch evidence. I pulled the faded blue card. I need to make a phone call. Mitchell nodded. I dialed the number carried 25 years. 214 area code hotline. Rang twice.
Victor Langston.
Robert. Emergency line. Activating the trust. Silence. Situation? Coercion. Family attempted involuntary commitment with forged documents. Airport police present. Under duress?
No.
Safe. Activating provisions as of 11:18 a.m. November 18th. Children's inheritance voided per coercion clause. Do not sign anything. I'll be there in 35 minutes. Ethan heard every word. Face crumpled. Dad. You can't. I ended the call. I just did. Mitchell moved us to the private family assistance room near gate B22. For chairs,
Table.
fluorescent hum. Ethan and Madison one side. Me the other. Mitchell by the door. Madison crying softly. Ethan staring at hands. Mitchell asked someone to explain. I spoke first.
Come.
Factual. In 1999, after my brother tried to steal the business with forgeries, I created the irrevocable trust with Victor. All assets transferred. Lifetime beneficiary. Kids contingent upon death. Card on table. Trust includes coercion clause. Any attempt to claim incompetence. Forge signature. Coerce into commitment. Their interest revoked automatically. Assets to charities and grandchildren's education funds. Ethan snapped up. You can't do that. Already did 25 years ago. Madison wiped eyes. Daddy.
Please.
We can fix this.
Tira de boa.
You can't unforge a signature. Madison. Mitchell noted. I showed the forged POA dated October 8th. I was in Phoenix. Receipts. Photos. Notary from UPS store I never visited. Suspect paid someone illegally. Boarding pass issue. Madison booked claiming Orlando surprise. Manifest says Orlando but code routes to Riverside, San Antonio. Not vacation. Locked memory care. Played voicemail again. Confirmed admission. Never consented. Never spoke to Riverside. Madison whispered yes to booking and contacting Riverside. Paid deposit November 1st. Thought it right thing. I've been sad since Mom died. Forget things. Left stove on. Burned chili once, I said. Not dementia. Being human. Mitchell's radio crackled. Follow up here. Door opened. Victor Langston. 68. Gray suit. Leather briefcase. Calm presence. Nodded at Mitchell. Robert. You all right? Fine. Victor. He set briefcase down. Pulled thick binder. Introduced himself. Held durable POA from 1999. Supersedes later documents. Slid notarized copy. Mitchell examined. Victor continued. Trust protects from exploitation. 51 pages. Section 9 subsection C. Attempted exploitation. Fraud. Coercion by beneficiaries. Interest immediately irrevocably revoked. Distribution per Schedule B to charities and minor grandchildren education trusts. Ethan stood. Insane. Can't cut us out. Victor didn't look. Irrevocable. Activated at 11:18 today, when father called emergency line. Automatic. No reversal. We're his children. Also adults who forged signature and attempted to commit him against will. Trust designed for exactly this. Madison sobbed. Daddy. Will confess. Apologize.
Anything.
I looked at her. You used my house as collateral without asking. Paid nursing home to lock me up. Hired fake psych eval saying I'm incompetent. Her face crumpled. To Ethan. You forged my name. Told your kids I'm sick in the head. Planned to liquidate while I was locked up. He wouldn't meet eyes. This isn't punishment, I said quietly. Survival. You stopped seeing me as father. Saw me as obstacle. Bank account. Victor closed binder. Offered copies for report. Recommended formal charges for forgery. Fraud. Attempted false imprisonment. Mitchell would document. My choice to press. I breathed. Not yet. Need to talk to grandkids first. They did nothing wrong. Don't deserve to learn from news. Mitchell handed card. Call when ready. Victor packed. Robert. Provisions now in effect. Children receive $25,000 each. Statutory minimum Texas law. Remaining $4.5 million, $800,000 to Tyler and Emma Education Trusts managed through Laura. Accessible at 18. 1.2 million Veterans Affairs Support Fund. 1.1 million Cancer Research in Margaret's name. 800,000 Elder Abuse Prevention. 600,000 per 1999 directive to 3 other charities.
He looked at them.
Letters within 72 hours. Contest. You lose. Upheld 25 years. No reversal avenue. Ethan Hollow, you're really doing this. You did this. I refuse to let you succeed. Sophia appeared doorway. Mitchell waved her in. She had alerted me. Saw code. Mother went through similar. Couldn't stay silent. Mitchell needed statement. She turned to me.
Tears.
Glad you got off. Mr. Harlan. You saved my life. Victor gathered documents. Come to office tomorrow. Paperwork. Do not communicate with them without me. Shook hand. To kids. Your father, one of most decent men I've known. Built from nothing. Paid your college. Never asked dime. You repaid with forgery and betrayal. You'll live with that longer than he will. Walked out. Mitchell escorted me to main terminal. Kids remained until I left area. Call 911 if unsafe. I stood. Picked carry on. Madison grabbed arm. Daddy. Please. I gently removed hand. Need space. Don't contact me. For how long? Don't know. Ethan's silent. Staring table. I turned back at door. I loved you both. Still do. But love doesn't mean letting you destroy me.
Left.
4:30 p.m. In Victor's office, Commerce Street. He drove me from airport. First, police report Fort Worth PD. Forgery. Fraud. Attempted false imprisonment. Motion in probate court certify trust activation. Judge signature 48 hours. November 19th. 9 a.m. Victor called. Motion filed. Judge Hendricks hears tomorrow. Sent certified letters to kids. 30 days respond if contest. But contest triggers criminal prosecution. Spend more on fees than $25,000. I stared out kitchen window. Same where watched kids play backyard 35 years ago. Victor. How did it come to this? Quiet moment. Don't know. Robert. Glad you were prepared. Afternoon.
Phone.
Unknown. Property manager rental Westwood. Saw police report. Ethan's lease expires December 1st. Proceed standard 30-day notice?
Yes.
2 months behind rent. Standard notice. Until January 1st. Hour later, real estate broker Diane. Awkward. Madison listed my house internal network last week. Claimed signed listing agreement. Pulling immediately. Stomach turned. Listed my house.
Yes. Sorry.
Didn't realize fraudulent until news coverage. Airport incident on local Channel 8. Old Marine buddy Tom Gallagher wrote for Dallas Morning Herald. Fair. Factual. No names. Gaining traction. 8.2 million views, 36 hours. November 20th. 7 a.m. Victor. Judge certified activation. Official. Disinherited except minimum. DA reviewing evidence. Want cooperation? Thought of grandkids. Need 1 day.
Talk to boys first.
Afternoon called Laura. Need see Tyler and Emma before worse. Come tonight. Trevor not here. 6 p.m. Laura's Arlington house. Boys playing video games. Grandpa. Hugs. Dad said you sick. Sat couch. Grown-up stuff. Old enough understand. Your dad made big legal mistakes. Consequences. You did nothing wrong. I love you. Never changes. Caleb, no. Tyler frowned. What mistakes? Tried take something wasn't his.
Leet.
Mad at him.
Sad.
Disappointed. Not at you. Emma leaned in. Still finish bookshelf? Absolutely. Every Thursday. Later Laura walked me truck. Thanked for honesty. Handed another envelope. More evidence. Ethan's bank statements, gambling losses. Loan shark payments. He forged her name too.
Destroyed family.
Wants consequences. Took envelope. Filing charges tomorrow.
Good.
9 p.m. Called Mitchell. Ready press charges. DA tomorrow. For what it's worth. Right thing. Most lack courage, hold kids accountable. Didn't have choice. Yes, I did. Made hard one. December 3rd. 2 weeks later. DA filed charges. Felony forgery Ethan. Fraud Madison. Conspiracy both. Hired separate lawyers. No longer coordinating. Both wanted plead. February 14th. 2026. Ethan guilty forgery. 18 months probation. 15,000 restitution. 200 community service. Madison no contest fraud. 2 years probation. 250 service. Real estate license suspended 1 year. Financial counseling ordered. I attended sentencing back of courtroom. Said nothing. Judge asked statement.
Declined.
What to say? 25,000 checks sent. Ethan cashed after 4 months. Madison never cashed hers. Riverside refunded 5,200 deposit to Victor.
Forwarded to me.
Donated elder abuse charity. Trust distributions through. Education trusts for grandkids. Veterans Fund thank you letter. 1.2 million helped 340 veterans 5 years. Cancer Society plaque Margaret memory. Hung living room. March. Handwritten letter Madison handwriting. Dad.
Sorry.
No won't forgive. Ashamed. Spent 20 years building life, thought mattered. Threw away one thing that did.
You.
Don't know fix.
Love.
Madison. Read 3 times. Folded in drawer. Didn't reply. Ethan never wrote. Laura told me Ethan bankruptcy April. Lost everything. Full custody boys May. See Tyler and Emma every other weekend. Finished bookshelf. Started treehouse. Don't ask about father much. 11 months now. November 2026. Haven't spoken kids. Church community found out via news. Men's group pulled aside December. Pastor Jim. Not alone. 3 others similar stories. Started Tuesday elder rights coffee hour. 12 regulars now. Talk boundaries. Protections. Recognize exploitation early. Dallas Morning Herald Story National January. NPR. USA Today. Declined interviews. Not entertainment. Spoke Veterans Hall Workshop Elder Abuse Prevention March. 85 people. Brought trust documents. Explained. 14 appointments, Victor that week. Madison real estate never recovered. Moved Houston June. Property manager, smaller job. Nathan divorced April. Lives alone. Ethan's bookie didn't pursue after publicity. But legal debts remained. Chapter 7 bankruptcy April. Studio apartment. Car dealership sales. Gamblers Anonymous.
Therapy.
Hope true.
Don't ask.
May started seeing Ruth. 68. Widow. Met church grief group. Kind. Patient. Dinner once week. Italian food. Laughs bad jokes.
Not serious yet.
Nice companionship. Margaret would like her. June Father's Day. Cards from grandkids. Hand-drawn Tyler. Store-bought Emma message. Refrigerator. No cards from kids.
Didn't expect.
July fishing Colorado with Ron. Same cabin. River. 19-inch trout. Over beers. Ever think forgiving? Long thought. Don't know. Maybe one day. Not today. Thank you letters. September email Angela Morrison. Read story. 73. Son daughter-in-law same plan.
Saw my story.
Lawyer.
Trust.
Activated. Saved her. Thank you. Forwarded Victor. Why we do work. Robert. October Tyler birthday. Party Laura house. Ethan not there. Blue candles. Wish.
Can't tell.
Emma whispered later. Wished family again. Heart broke little. November 2026. 1 year. Drove DFW. Stood gate B22. Watched families. Travelers. Sophia walked by. Hugged.
How are you? Okay.
Better.
Good. Deserve peace.
So do you. Thank you. Couldn't save mother.
Saved you.
Enough. Stayed minutes. Drove home. Lost relationship adult children maybe forever. Holiday traditions. Hope they'd change. Kept dignity. Autonomy. Home. Grandkids relationship. Self-respect. Regret. Defending myself. They chose when forged name. Refused subsidize. If someone shows who they are, believe them. Valued money more than freedom.
Dignity.
Relationship. Believe them. Not unforgiving. Accepting reality. Stopped because proof. Leverage. Preparation. Not guilt. Not bitter. Loved them. Still do. Love doesn't mean destruction. Gave everything. They betrayed when needed, let live with dignity. Family taught everything. Blood thicker. Never give up. But sometimes family gives up first. Choice. Let take everything or protect. Chose protection. Reconcile? Maybe if real work. Therapy. Accountability. Years proving changed. My terms. Treated equal. Not resource. If not, stay here. Okay with that. Getting older, not incompetent. Experienced. Built millions from nothing. Paid taxes. Raised kids. Served country. Buried wife. Rebuilt. At 72 suddenly confused because burned dinner once. Not decline. Ageism. Refuse accept. Sophia risked job truth. Stranger more loyalty 90 seconds than children 40 years. Keeps me up. Laura gave evidence because remembered kindness. Sometimes non-blood act like family. Grandkids didn't choose. Lost normal. Making sure loved.
Safe.
Grandfather here. Build projects.
Talk life.
Can't replace dad.
Steady.
Present. Reliable. Last week Emma asked, Grandpa sad? Sometimes. Miss Dad? Miss who thought was. Nodded. Glad still here. Me too. Advice. Trust gut. Document everything. Build protections now. Trusts. POAs. Clear designations. Allies outside family. Set boundaries, especially family. Choose autonomy over approval. Got off plane stranger cared more than children. Stayed off 27 years preparation. Preparation, not paranoia. Self-respect. I'm Robert Harlan. 72. Marine veteran. Widower. Grandfather. Still here.